Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. So let's talk about the Oba Femi Open Challenge. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm somewhere in the middle, right? Because you know that after WrestleMania, when Oba Femi beat Brock Lesnar, he became an instant superstar and an instant special attraction. So then you have to think, okay, how can we maintain and continue to rise the stock of Oba Femi without kind of burning him out, without losing this momentum, without kind of tanking the trajectory that he has, right? It's kind of the same thing that happened with Gunther. Gunther retires Goldberg. Gunther retires John Cena. Gunther retires AJ Styles. Now, what's next for Gunther? How does he maintain this momentum as the career killer if there's no careers to kill? There's no Rey Mysterio. There's no Brock Lesnar. They were not interested in that as of right now. The rumors are still swirling around Brock Lesnar and Gunther for SummerSlam. But it seems as though the momentum and the trajectory of Gunther has slowed down slightly. But you also don't see Gunther every single Monday night. Why? Because he's somewhat of a special attraction. So you know when Gunther shows up, it's a big deal. Of course, you have to have superstars on the roster who show up every single week because they maintain the show and they drive the show. Roman Reigns, every time Roman Reigns showed up, it was a big deal. Now Roman Reigns is going to be there consistently. But I think WWE didn't do a great job of capitalizing off Gunther's momentum. Now, what's he doing? Yes, of course, he beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, but I'd love to see Gunther go for a world title. I'd love to see Gunther feud with Oba Femi, and we'll get to that in a second. And so now the same thing is kind of happening with Oba Femi. Oba Femi is on a straight upward trajectory. People are saying Oba Femi, Braun Breaker, Trick Williams, those are the future of the business. I'm most high on Braun Breaker. I think he's the best of the three. I think Braun Breaker is the best of the three, then Oba Femi, and then I put Trick Williams a little bit farther down there. But I think all three have the ability at some point to be world champions and main event WrestleManias. And Oba Femi is looking like he could do that very soon, but WWE has to capitalize on this momentum, and they decide to do the laziest thing you can possibly do, which is do an open challenge. Now, some open challenges have worked really well. The United States Open Challenge, when John Cena started it, Carmelo Hayes was the most recent guy to do it. Awesome. But Carmelo Hayes is not a special attraction. Carmelo Hayes is a workhorse, a dog, someone you want on your show every single week having great matches. Oba Femi is a special attraction. So what this tells me and a lot of WWE fans is that WWE has absolutely zero clue what to do with Oba Femi, so they're going to throw him out there every week. They throw him out there every week to do what? To wrestle the same kind of jobber. Like, he can't beat anyone who's bigger than him because there are no people that are bigger than him. That would be the only time the open challenge would be cool, is that they just throw out a bunch of big shows and he just fucking dominates every single one of them. But then after 3 or 4 weeks, what's the point? Same moves, same flow, same everything is going to happen in open challenges over and over and over again. And then what's going to happen is Oba Femi is going to lose his steam. He becomes stale, and now you lose one of the hottest attractions you have in WWE. Now, I don't think he should just never be on TV, of course, but maybe every 4 to 5 weeks, he's a special attraction. Or you give him a real feud that he can sink his teeth into, that he can create a storyline with, that people can get to know him a little bit better and who he is and what he stands for. And the perfect person that would be is Gunther. But WWE is so fucking scared of someone taking a pin, and that if someone takes a pin, all the WWE fans are going to think that guy's a loser and a bitch. Because if you have Oba Femi versus Gunther, someone has to lose that match. And it should be Oba Femi. Because Gunther is right there at the tippy top, and Oba Femi's on the climb. And that would be the perfect thing to do right now for them to clash through the next couple months. To have some big boy shit happen with Gunther and Oba Femi. And Gunther then kind of, I would say, quote unquote, wins that feud. Both of them are going to win the feud by elevating each other and using the momentum to carry them upwards, instead of just randomly throwing Oba Femi in an open challenge against fucking guys like Grayson Waller, who everyone in the world knows he's going to beat. And then it becomes the same. It becomes the European uppercuts. And then, he does the the walk, and then he does the other move, and then he does the fall from grace, and it happens every 3 to 4 weeks, or every 3 weeks, and then, whatever, and then all WWE fans are like, great, he beat Brock Lesnar, and now he's just randomly beating up jobbers. He needs something. This is lazy, and this is not capitalizing on his momentum. This is not Ryback or Goldberg. This is new age. This is Oba Femi, and he needs something different. And there's no reason why WWE should be scared to put him in a feud with Gunther and have someone take the pin. All the greatest superstars in the world ever existed have taken pins. It hasn't made them look like a bitch or a loser. It's part of the deal. And so I think that's the direction WWE needs to go, but they're really doing a lazy, kind of tired job just throwing him out there and saying, hey man, do an open challenge and lose your momentum and stop being a special attraction, because people will just see you every single week do the same shit over and over and over again. Gunther, Oba Femi, both special attractions. Both should be going for world titles, whether it's WWE Undisputed or World Heavyweight Championship at some point. But Oba Femi needs a test. Not a test in a sense like, is he good, for the fans, but like, is he actually good enough to go? Can he have a 20, 25-minute main event match? Can he hang with Gunther in the ring? Because Gunther in the ring is much different than Brock Lesnar. Yes, you can dominate a 4-minute match with Brock Lesnar, but can you go 20, 25? Can you put on a main event? Because that's what happens in the main events of PLEs. You go 20, 25, 30 with a lot of things happening, a lot of movement, a lot of different parts. You have to execute each and part of that story to be able to main event matches. And can Oba Femi do that? We don't know. Might as well that be the case than have this random, lazy, open challenge bullshit. And so that's what I think about the Oba Femi open challenge, because I think he is going to be an absolute superstar for WWE for a very long time, but not if they completely bury his momentum and his special attraction early on in his career. So it should be Oba Femi and Gunther feuding, not the Oba Femi open challenge. Now maybe that's going to happen. Maybe Gunther will open this whatever I'm talking about. Jesus Christ. He will call the open challenge. Wow. And he'll step out, and then there'll be the feud. Good stuff. Words. Here we go. Pro wrestling. WWE. We're talking. But maybe that's the case. Maybe WWE is just setting it up in a weird way that, he has this open challenge. Maybe he does 1 week, 2 weeks. And then the third week, Gunther comes out and, calls him out, and then they have a feud. But we'll see how it goes. But I think just overall, that's a lazy piece of booking by WWE, and they should do a better job building up who could be someone who could be the future star of WWE, along with Braun Breaker and Trick Williams. But let me know what you think in the comments down below, and then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.